Hi, welcome to JJ's Productions. We've got another Hitman 2 video. This time we're doing 3 challenges in Santa Fortuna once again, and they are called Special Delivery, The Secret Ingredient, and A Bite Out of Crime. So they're quite an interesting mix of challenges these, and unfortunately we can't get Silent Assassin for doing all 3. Special Delivery is the culprit here, the kill is an explosion, and it is not an accident. So yeah, you do lose a mark for that, but it is possible to do the secret ingredient and a bite out of crime essay, so I will be doing it that way. Now in hindsight, I had one more challenge for Andrea Martinez, and I'm thinking I should have done that instead of Special Delivery. So I'm a little bit annoyed that I didn't do the hard act challenge, I think it is, but yeah. It's still a good route. I think the routing in this was very good, but unfortunately Special Delivery does let it down. I was hoping it would class as an accident in the sense that she opens it and she doesn't know. Plus I also tried to exit as soon as I could in the hope that no one would see the body. So yeah, it wasn't a great one, but luckily I did get no notice kills rather than no bodies found. Anyway, from the starting location, we're going to go over here and we're going to knock this guy out. We're going to get his glue. So we're going to turn on this radio and he's going to come over to investigate it. There's a woman alongside him and we've got to just make sure she doesn't see us. So as soon as the man walks this way, we're going to throw a coin just over there to make sure that the woman looks that way. So it's a pretty simple move, nothing too complicated. I'm saying that and then I realise that that's what I've had to do in certain instances, but in this one she doesn't look, so all I have to do is knock her out. Much more simpler than I was describing. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we've got the glue, is we're going to get some poison. So the lethal poison in this map is found in plant life. So we're going to go over towards the shaman's hut. Now there are 2 plants in particular there that stand out. One is emetic, one is lethal, so I'm going to grab the lethal poison plant. So we're going to vault over here. Try and follow the mini-map because, I'll be honest, I really struggle to navigate around here. But as you can see, there's the lethal poison, and I'm just going to use the mini-map even just when I'm watching it to just find my way back to the bollard that I've jumped over. So, once we've done this, we're now going to go to the hippie. Not necessarily to get him straight away, but we are going to fix his cocaine bus. So we're going to poison the cocaine first, fix it, and then we're going to actually get the hippie in the room. We're going to do that all in one fluid motion by turning on the clock radio. We're going to fix the cocaine bus and poison it all before the hippie comes in the room. So it's quite quick, nothing to really bother yourself over. So lockpick the door, turn on the clock radio. The cocaine bus is on the table there, poison it. Then you're going to have an option to fix it with the glue, so do that. And as soon as you've done that, pick it up and go stand behind the door where the hippie will walk in, so just around here. Nice and simple. Now all you've got to do is follow him behind. As soon as he turns the clock radio off, subdue him. At this point I do just want to apologise if there's any skips in the footage or if the gameplay looks a little bit out of focus compared to normal. This was recorded on my PS4 rather than the recording software I usually use, and as a result there might be a slight dip in quality, so unfortunately I couldn't do anything about that, but next video or the rest of the video should be smooth. Anyway, moving on, we've got the disguise on, we've got the cocaine bus, we haven't brought a pistol with us, so we're just going to go straight in. I've actually bought a pistol as a smuggled item in the cocoa fields, or the coca fields, so we're not going to have to worry about that for now, but in the meantime we have got the option of just going in without having to drop an item. So at this point we've just got to wait for the guy on the left to walk us through. There is a way to get into the caves without actually going through the frisk point, but the one problem I had with this is that even though I have got disposable scramblers in my inventory thanks to doing the Isle of Scale, I didn't want to use them for this route for players who might watch this and think, how do I do this challenge? So yeah, if you have got the disposable scramblers, you could bring a pistol with you and you could skip this little frisk point, but I would advise doing it this way if you haven't, because you're not going to get through that door ahead otherwise. So as you saw, there were a few skips there in the footage, so I do apologise about that. And once you're through this door, you don't have to follow him, you can actually just run straight ahead because he's not going to do anything to be concerned about. What we're actually going to do is we're going to just place the cocaine bus down where Jorge Franco will just go to examine it and test it. But I'll admit that I was experimenting a bit at the start of this. I had already killed Franco in a previous attempt, but I was trying to find a way to actually get to the next kill faster. And inadvertently I bumped right into Franco. As a result of that, it meant that he starts talking to me, he slows down, not to mention his two guards up here do not move away. So yeah, this was a bit of an unfortunate move. If I had a chance to do this again, I would just stay in the room with the cocaine bus. I'd stay in the seat, wait till Franco's about to, I don't know, have a sniff or whatever he did, and then just go up here. This is the way we're going to go. If you go any other way, it's going to get much tougher for the simple reason that you've got to find a way to get to the cocoa fields or to get into the mansion. So there's quite a few obstacles, whereas this is the most simple route, because I was surprised to find out that the hippie is actually allowed in the cocoa fields. I would have thought it would be a trespassing area for him, but even on master difficulty he is allowed. So yeah, it was quite amusing that. I mean, I was stealthy just because I had a feeling there would be enforcers, but yeah, you've got quite a bit of freedom there as the hippie, so it's quite fun really in that sense. You don't feel like you've got to rush through the area. So as you can see, Franco's just about to sample the product, and we haven't really got anything to do, so we're just going to watch him, die. So yeah, you can just see him up the top left, just between the boxes. I think he's already had a little sniff or a snort or whatever, so he should be dead momentarily. At that point, we are just going to wait a second just to make sure that none of the surrounding guards become enforcers. But just looking, yeah, there he goes. He's flopping down on the floor. So yeah, kill completed. It's a nice and simple one. It took about 6 minutes to do, just under, so it isn't the most simple challenge in the game, but it's by far not the most complicated either. So from here, what I'm trying to do, as I've said, is get back up back up to the area where the cocoa fields are. My main priority was to make sure that I wasn't going to be spotted by an enforcer, so we're in the clear here, so I thought, let's give it a go. And as it turns out, the two guards who are up here, they have gone. So I get the feeling that as soon as Franco is dead, they move. So if I was you, I would actually wait up there when Franco's dying so that you can just follow them out into the cocoa fields. Now as you can see, I'm not trespassing. Again, I was really surprised at that. So we're just going to go through this area. I actually did bump into two of the purple coats, and like I say, there's nothing wrong about that. I think one of them is an enforcer, but as long as you're fast, they won't follow you. So yeah, I picked my gun up here, and I've bought the briefcase just to use as a knockout device. So we're going to go through this window, and from here what we're actually going to do is we're going to just get a disguise, because Delgado's mansion isn't exactly the easiest place to navigate at the best of times. And it's not necessarily the mansion area we need to get to, it's where the hippo is. But we also do need to go into the mansion, so a disguise is pretty much mandatory for this section. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to throw a coin and then throw a second coin. The first coin will get this guard's attention, and then the second one will just lure him further into the area. So once he picks up the second coin, he'll turn around. That's when we're going to throw the briefcase at him, and we can put him in the crate. If you throw just the first coin, I would suspect he would be too close to the main area where NPCs can see, and as a result, if they throw something at him, it will knock him out, but there will probably be a witness to it. So my advice would be to lure him deeper into this little area, and then you can knock him out safely. So drag his body into the crate, change disguise, and pick up all the goodies that are left behind. From here, what we're going to do is go down into the basement area. We're going to get to the kitchen, and we're also going to go into what I would call the security room in the basement area. So we're going left. Again, there was a skip in footage there, so sorry about that. Pick up the baseball just because it's a good knockout tool. There's Rico's wife again. Just go down here. There is a camera, but you're not in the trespassing area, so nothing to worry about. There is an enforcer there, but he doesn't turn his head if you go this way much, so you are pretty safe. There's an enforcer just to the left, so be careful of him. We're going to go into the kitchen though. What we need is a meat bone. We need the meat bone to feed to the hippo, and the hippo will then kill Rico. I've got to admit, I have to keep my head wrapped around the target's names in Santa Fortuna. So yeah, we got the meat bone for Rico, and from here we'll go into the security room. The security room is just pretty much the way we came, so you can go that way, you can also go this way. It is actually a little bit better going this way due to the enforcer there. You can just walk straight into the room. There is an enforcer in the room as well, but if you're fast enough he won't spot you. Now, I had an attempt at this, and for some reason the enforcer saw me. So my advice would be to hug this whiteboard as much as you can, because I'm going to throw a coin, and one of them's going to go over to investigate the coin. Now, if the one who doesn't go to investigate goes to the other whiteboard on the right hand side, I would leave it. I would just try and pass it off and try again in a moment. But if it happens like this, knock the enforcer out first and then knock the other NPC out. So as you can see, I've got several throwable items. I've actually hidden both bodies in that time as well. Again, there was a skip, so nothing much happened, but as you can see, we've just tidied up after ourselves. Pick up the safe note. That'll allow you to get into the safe. Inside there is an explosive package or a letter bomb, so pick that up. And we're also just going to delete the surveillance before we leave the area. So that's this little crate here. Just as a little side note, I've read as well that you don't necessarily need to delete the surveillance if you're going to go to Andrea's office, just for the fact that if you do the letter bomb challenge, it will actually destroy the surveillance as well. So it's a little amusing addition, I will admit. I wouldn't risk it myself just because I don't like the no recordings not popping up, but if you want to just have the fun of the recordings or the surveillance deleting itself in an explosion, by all means do it. So we're going to go back up here, and we're just going to make our way to the hippo area. The hippo enclosure, is it? Past Rico on the way. Just be careful of enforcers. There aren't too many, but you don't want to really get caught in this area for the fact that it's a very open area. You'd have to be really sloppy to get caught here, I think. Now, this guy was just bugging me a bit. He was looking here a little longer than I'd like. So, simple tactic, I'm sure you've done it yourselves. Pick up a coin, throw it just over his head so he has to turn around, and that just means that you can get to the hippo enclosure without having to wait around. Another enforcer here, nothing to worry too much about. At this point, I just end up going down straight away. There is an enforcer here, but we're going to leave him for a moment. What I'm actually going to do is get the meat bone out, and I'm going to throw it into the hippo area. So the aim might not have looked straight there, but as you can see, it did go in. At this point, the hippo, I'm not exactly sure what he does. I'm going to guess he just gets a little bit excited. But yeah, he's suddenly a carnivore. So the guys notice that the hippo's reacted, and he's going to tell Rico. Now, at this point, there is a bit of a wait, because first of all, the guy who's training the hippo has to come down to have a look himself, and then he'll go and tell Rico. Now, once he's told Rico, Rico's got to come down as well, so there's just a long wait until the kill. So I'm going to outline the steps that happen in the sense that you're going to wait for the hippo training guy to come down. He'll go off to tell Rico. At that point, you're going to knock this guy out. So as you can see, he's already here. Once he leaves, knock the guard out, hide him in the bushes over there, and just wait for Rico. So I'm going fast forward now, and I'll be back in a moment. One thing that I didn't explain that I would do was that I was just going to set up getting away from this area, which is that I would just release the log by the construction site just so that I could get away a little bit faster. So besides that, all I did was knock the guard out, and as you can see, Rico's here. He's got no idea the guard isn't here, and he's just examining the hippo. So he's going to send the hippo trainer guy away, and as soon as he does, we can push him into the hippo enclosure. Honestly, it's a weird challenge. There's no other way to describe it. But yeah, it's a pretty funny kill. You know, it's very Hitman. I don't know how else to describe it. You know, you sort of rank the kills in Hitman 2, and I think this would be up there just for the bizarre nature of it. But yeah, that guy's wandering off. No enforcers, so you can just stand behind him and wait menacingly. As soon as he's beyond there, I think it's safe. Then 47 does the rest. So yeah, it's like I say, it's very Hitman. This, you know, just watching a hippopotamus suddenly tear into a man. Alright, so last target, Andrea Martinez, and I'd like to think that everyone would agree at this point we've done the silent assassin. So it's Andrea that ruins it, and it's a shame, like I've said, because I think the letter could have been an accident kill, just in the sense that, you know, she didn't know it was an explosion, 47 didn't detonate it. So it would have been nice if there had been some acknowledgement that, you know, it was not intended to be a bomb, if that makes sense. It can't be helped, but hey ho. So as you can see, that's where the log was tied to. All I did was release it. There's an enforcer there, so I decided to crouch through this area. There's also a little flower here, just in case you were looking for one earlier, so there is another one. Again, just a little bit of skipping. I can't really do much about that, I'm afraid. But yeah, we're just going up to Andrea's office, and I think she's just outside the office area, so that actually helps us because we do need a disguise. So we're going to get just a general enforcer disguise. Well, you know, not like a white dot enforcer, but just one of her goons. So to do that, we just jump over the wall, and we're just going to throw a coin to gain the nearest one's attention. So dumpster there, throw the coin. We've been doing this route pretty much since Silent Assassin's Suit Only or thereabout. So yeah, choose your method of knocking him out. I picked the baseball, but I've got that many things to knock him out with. It was a spoil of riches. So yeah, he's going to go over to investigate, knock him out, and as soon as you've done that, put him in the dumpster, change disguise. Nice and easy. Also pick up the goodies, you don't want a gun hanging around. So yeah, like I say, not a lot really to do at this point other than to just put the gun on the letter tray. So pick up the baseball as well, just as I've said, it's handy. We're going to jump through the window here. Just make sure that they aren't looking directly at the window, because that would be awkward if you got caught there. So yeah, place the letter bomb parcel. All you got to do now is jump out the window and head to the exit, because Andrea will kill herself. And I wouldn't jump over the wall this time, I would go the long way around. Now, there is a little glitch in the game where if you bump the car, the alarm goes off. I'm calling it a glitch because I can honestly not believe that that is meant to happen. I mean, it doesn't happen in real life that you just happen to bump a car a little bit and the car alarm goes off, so I think that might just be the game's mechanics being a little sensitive. Anyway, we're going back into the hippie suit for no other reason that I want to get the casual tourist suit back. So yeah, we'll just go down here, and as you can see, we're heading back to the bus stop. I'm sorry about the skips, I wish I could have done more to stop them, but unfortunately my PS4 is just terrible at recording gameplay footage, so hopefully you've been able to make sense of what I've done in the route. As I said at the beginning, I thought, even though it's not a Silent Assassin route, I thought it was just a good way of grouping the challenges together. If anything, there was a nice flow going from one kill to another. So yeah, I did enjoy it. If you did as well, please leave the like. I'm aiming for 5 likes on as many videos as possible, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for more Hitman 2 videos. Other than that, this has been Josh from JJ's Productions. I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now, everyone.